So the Duleep Trophy of 2024 is now over. And what did we witness? We witnessed a lot. To start off, I think Devdutt Padikkal again scored a 50 while opening. And while the 50 was good, for Devdutt Padikkal again, fact is that if he has to play for India again, just a 50 won't do. He has to stack up those stats. He has to score those big hundreds. Otherwise, it's very difficult because one vacancy will arise right after the World Test Championship final next year. And that is the place of Rohit Sharma. I personally feel, and it is not something that I want should happen or that I have an agenda against Rohit Sharma, but I truly feel that, he might want to focus just on ODI cricket from there on. So maybe the World Test Championship will be his last test, and therefore India would need an opener. So who knows? KS Bharat, Shrikar Bharat, who's played for India for quite a while, was the other opener alongside Devdutt Padikkal. He too scored a 50, but then if he really wants to make an India comeback, a 50 is not going to be enough. He has to stack up a lot of scores because Rishabh Pant is back and he's playing outstanding cricket. There's Dhruv Jurel waiting in the wings, who's also again a very good batter and a very good wicket keeper. So for KS Bharat to again be in that pecking order, he has to do a lot of hard work. Ricky Bhui, someone I talked about in my last video, he's again looked very good. Scored a 50 in the first innings, 119 in the second innings. Very impressive, and I would like to see more of him. I really hope he gets a chance to play in the other domestic tournaments and the IPL as well, because that's what will make him ready to compete at the international level, ready to play those international bowlers. Shreyas Iyer, again someone who's played a lot for India across formats, a duck in the first innings and a 50 in the second. But again, I would reiterate what I said in the last video. I don't think he's going to have a very long test career. He may not play for India in tests. That is again something I feel. But in ODI cricket, certainly, he is India's number 4 and he should be India's long-term number 4. He should be able to perform. He's very good in ODI cricket. But in tests, I don't think so. Sanju Samson, the curious case of Sanju Samson, 100 in the first innings, 45 in the second, played well, always plays well when the match is not a big match, when it's not something where his career is at stake. But the moment he gets that big opportunity to play for India or to play in a tournament, he somehow manages to mess it up. He somehow manages to not perform there. And once again, when he plays in domestic cricket in a match that is not as important, he scores big. So he's very impressive in games that are qualifying games, but on the big day, he's never performed, to be honest. And that is what goes against him the most. What has pleasantly surprised me is that Navdeep Saini is back. Navdeep Saini picked 5 wickets in the first innings, 3 in the second. But I think Navdeep Saini is a very, very vital cog for the Indian Test side. And I really hope he finds a way to make it to the Indian squad for the Border Gavaskar Trophy. So prior to that, he'll of course have to play the New Zealand series. I hope he does get selected because Navdeep Saini, in my opinion, has tremendous potential. He's always looked very lethal, very skillful, very good as far as line and length is concerned, and his action is something that I've been very fascinated by. So I think Navdeep Saini, if he maintains his form, if he maintains his fitness, he should play for India in the long term, and he's a very good fast bowler. He can fill in the shoes that have been left by Ishant Sharma and probably Mohammad Shami as well, because while we hear a lot that Mohammad Shami may be back, practically think he may not play for India again. If he does, amazing. Then we come to Abhimanyu Eashwaran. Yes, that one opener who had been waiting in the wings for the longest time but didn't get a debut. He scored another 100 after that 150, 160 odd, again 100, and he's been stacking up the stats. He's been scoring big across India, all domestic trophies, still not getting his India debut. I don't know when he would get that, but he certainly is the backup opener, and if India has to take that one extra opener to Australia, it has to be Abhimanyu Eashwaran. I really hope he also gets his debut and he does well. Abhimanyu Eashwaran should have played at least 5 test matches for India till now, as per his caliber, as per his performance, as per his talent. But unfortunate that he hasn't been handed his debut so far. Saurabh Kumar, again someone who's played for India, got 5 wickets. We'll have to keep a keen eye on him to see how he does from here. One more interesting name is Arshdeep Singh. Yes, the T20 World Cup hero for India. Arshdeep was excellent with the ball in the Duleep Trophy. picked 6 wickets in the innings, and he's a left-handed option. He's quick. He's also got control now, which was not really there earlier. Could be a very good pick for the Border Gavaskar Trophy, because we would need a left-handed fast bowling option who can vary his pace, vary his length, can also swing the ball. I think with all these skills, Arshdeep could be in the reckoning for the India Test squad. Shams Mulani, again, 44. He has been doing well over the last few years, but 44 is not enough. Shams Mulani, to be able to really be considered for India, has to do better, has to up his game from here. Ruturaj Gaikwad, Rajat Patidar and Ishan Kishan, all of them flopped. All three outstanding batters. Ruturaj Gaikwad, in my opinion, the best white ball youngster, best white ball batter at the moment in India. But in red ball cricket, he used to do very well, but off late he hasn't been doing as much as he's capable of. So he has to again come in form. He has to bring that focus back. Ishan Kishan, very exciting talent. In Test cricket, I don't think he will have a very long career for India, but in white ball cricket, he's outstanding, and he has to be there in ODI and T20 both in the long term. Rajat Patidar, a spin slayer, somebody who's very good across formats. Didn't do that well for India in Tests, but is a long-term prospect in all the 3 formats for India. So disappointing. All of 3 of them have a lot of potential, and they need to realize that they have to play near their potential and not where they currently are. What was also pleasant is that Avesh Khan scored a 50, but more importantly, there were 4 sixes in that 50. So Avesh Khan showed a bit of his batting, and I think because he's a fast bowler who can really bowl, hit the deck kind of bowler, who can bowl bouncers, who can hit the good length consistently, he's also in the reckoning for the Border Gavaskar Trophy. Riyan Parag, again, a name that I've been talking about a lot of, because I'm really impressed, I'm really fascinated, I'm really mesmerized by Riyan Parag's batting. I know he doesn't score very big, I know he doesn't have the stats, but just something about him, the way he bats, his head position, his balance, everything I talked about earlier, very impressive, very similar to Virat Kohli in my opinion, and I'm really fascinated by him. 73, but he has to get those hundreds. Riyan Parag, in Test cricket, I don't know whether he'll be able to play for India or not, but in limited overs cricket, if he doesn't, that'll be a grave waste of potential for him. He's a very able batter, very good all-rounder as well, and should have a very long white ball career. Another name that impressed is Shashwat Rawat, 124 in the first innings, 53 in the second, and he too will have to be looked at with a keen eye. If he does perform consistently, who knows, he could become a big name in domestic cricket. And to end, Sai Sudarshan. Yes, that Gujarat Titans batter who was impressive in the IPL as well. Slow at times, but then consistent, responsible innings from him in the IPL in the shortest format of the game. And here he scored 111. I think the shots he played were excellent. The temperament he's shown is very good, very impressive. And overall, he's a very exciting talent. You do want to watch him bat. You do want to watch whether his career takes off from here or not, how it goes forward. I am very excited to follow Sai Sudarshan's career. So as expected, India A won, but we got to see a lot of how the players are performing in the longest format, or probably the purest format of the game, and that gave us a glimpse of what we could expect in the future of Indian cricket. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.